My name is Jack Thompson, and this is my speech number 3 about how to give blood pressure. This is my audience right here. Got everybody? Okay. So imagine this. You're walking with your friend down the sidewalk or at the mall or really anywhere, and unexpectedly they collapse on the ground. You don't know why, you don't really know how it happened, but all you know is you need to call 911 and get them to a safe place. But other than that, you don't really know what to do. You don't have the knowledge of taking someone's blood pressure or their pulse. You just really have to wait, helpless, until the paramedics are able to arrive. But if you're able to take someone's blood pressure, you could initially tell if they have any internal bleeding, what might have caused them to pass out, and you can explain to the paramedics how serious the situation at hand is. So to take someone's blood pressure, you'll need 2 things, a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff. So to start out, I'm going to put the stethoscope around my neck and just keep it there for now. Then I'm going to make sure my patient is either sitting up with their arm out on the table flat like this, or if they're laying down, just parallel with their heart, so just down by their side, if they're laying down only. Then I'm going to take the blood pressure cuff right here, make sure it's not tangled up. I'm going to put the arrow, which tells me where the artery should go, right by their brachial artery, which is in their basically elbow pit. And I'm going to make sure it's pretty tight, but not too tight. And on this blood pressure cuff, there is a gauge right here. And you don't really know where to go, how much to pump it up, unless you take their blood pressure or take their pulse right here on their wrist, and I can feel it right now. And I'm gonna pump it up until I can no longer feel that pulse. So that was at about 130. So I'm gonna let it go now. And whenever I take their actual blood pressure, I'm gonna add 20 to that number. So I'm gonna go up to 150. I'm now gonna put the stethoscope in my ears and then put the stethoscope right in their elbow pit right here, kind of snug up against the blood pressure cuff. And I'm gonna hold it there. And then I'm gonna make sure the valve is tightened. And I'm gonna pump up to 150 and wait until I can hear my first heartbeat. Slowly release it. Okay. So that first number I heard was at 110. That's gonna be his systolic pressure, or the top number in your blood pressure. I was also waiting to hear, as soon as I heard the first heartbeat, I was waiting for it to keep going until I could no longer hear it anymore. So at that point, it was at 70, and that's your diastolic pressure, or the bottom number. So his complete blood pressure would be 110 over 70. The systolic pressure, or that top number, is larger because it's the pressure on the walls of the blood vessels. Whenever the heart beats, it causes the blood to go through them and pump up and put more pressure on the walls. The diastolic pressure, or the bottom number, is lower because it's when the heart's at rest. There's no more blood, or a lot less blood going through the veins, so it's less expanded, so there's less pressure, so that number is lower. The normal pressure you want is about 120 over 80. His was at 110 over 70, so a little bit low. And if you have high blood pressure, you're hypertensive, and if you have low blood pressure, you're hypotensive. So he'd be a little bit hypotensive, but still in the acceptable range. So in conclusion, even though some of us associate blood pressure with just a simple medical procedure, it is actually one of the most important vitals that you can get on somebody in a life or death situation, or just in general. I hope this can help you now to maybe help save somebody's life one day. Thank you all for listening to my speech.